I am recording the loading screen for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. It's been about 11 months since I've played the game. I believe it came out last August or something like that. That was around the time that I recall playing it. I have not done anything different to my computer. It is on an SSD. I did play it earlier for a couple of minutes, and it seems to be running a little bit better. However, it never ran all that terrible to begin with. So, there you have it. And because I don't do a lot of gameplay footage on my channel, because those videos just get no views whatsoever, I do really enjoy simulation games. Whether it's American Truck Simulator, Skate, Skater XL, rather. Any skating game is what I meant. Anything with physics or anything like that. Sports games. That's what I'm really into, as well as this game. Hell, it could be Train Simulator, Farming Simulator. If it's got at the end of it, I probably like it. So I thought that I would go ahead and showcase a little bit of footage. And this is somewhat important as well, because I feel like showing you the loading screen on an SSD kind of gives you an idea a little bit as to what to expect if you buy the game, how long it's going to take you to get into the action. But plus, it gives me a bit of a chance to get a head start on what I want to talk about. So this plane, I do like it. I almost said I don't like it. I do like it. However, there are other planes I like a bit more, but not really. There's about 2 or 3 planes that I like where the cockpit is pretty good. You can get like a nice view. You don't have like a lot of bars blocking your field of view, which for OCD reasons can drive me completely crazy. I can zoom in and out here. We'll kind of do this look here. And let's just get right into it. I tried some turbo propeller planes, if that makes any sense. And it was really interesting because even though I had slowed down the airplane, I couldn't get it to just bugger off. It just kept going and then going. It's like it had a mind of its own. We are in Perth, Australia. We are heading to Darwin. But I like these planes. This one sounds a little bit like a weed whacker, but that's okay. We could see that it's locked at 30. Not too sure why that happened. We're off to a good start here. And this is why yeah, so did I mention I have it on easy? Yeah, we won't talk about that. Incorrect heading indicator. Yeah. Yeah. Really? Everything about what I'm doing is incorrect. I don't even know how to reverse. I've got the B button. That ain't doing anything. To increase engine gradually. Yeah, thanks for that. How do I put this prick in reverse is what I want to know. Oh, that's what inside the building looks like. It's hollow. Well, there is some good news to this, even though this is absolutely ridiculous, is when you restart, because it's already kind of like pre-cached or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't take nearly as long. So this is kind of nice to show as well. If you crash, you're stuck, you're like, I don't want to go through all that loading again. You will see for yourself right here, right now, that it's not all that bad. Maybe I'll be able to get my plane up that high. Maybe. We'll see. I just find it convenient that I have no issues whatsoever on my own, but the moment I want to record, oh yeah. Now I'm having problems. It's very convenient. That's all I'm saying. Quit going to the right. Gently, it says. Well, okay. Gentle it is. I am wanting to go in the other direction. We got a 5-frame dip. That happens. I am going to have to turn. But this plane... Whoops. Wrong button. Let's get rid of that trim. Whether or not I'm actually supposed to do that, I don't know. Oh, there's the moon. Maybe we can reach the moon. That'll be Microsoft Space Simulator, where you're able to transition like a transformer robot. Go from an airplane to a rocket. Go right up there on the moon. One of the main things I like about this game is, apart from the obvious, is no matter what you do, you can do the same exact trip, literally fly over the exact same building at the same height. It's never going to look the same twice. Even if you have the same type of clouds and the same time of day. Because the clouds are very dynamic, it changes the entire vibe. And that's something that I really appreciate. So if we go inside here, it's much quieter. A little bit too close for comfort. Zoom it out there, Johnny. I want to be able to get a good look at the sky and the terrain, not just the gigantic ball of fire in the sky known as the sun. But like I said, this is pretty cool too. Don't get me wrong, I do like looking at this. Invisible hands. When you're in the cockpit and you turn around, sometimes that can lag a little bit. You get a couple of frame dips. I got an i7 6700, ancient CPU. I don't give a rat's ass. I got people that say, bro, man, you need to upgrade. Sweet, so when can I expect that PayPal deposit? Like, I get it. I need to upgrade. You kind of need the money for that, though. I did upgrade last year one component, as I've mentioned before, and that is my graphics card. I went from a GTX 970. I had a 670 before, or a 690 before that. So I had a GTX 690, then I went to a 970, and now I've got an RTX 2070 Super. And it's been just that, super fantastic. It's an incredible graphics card for what I do. 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, only at about 1600 hertz. Again, my shit's from like 2013, 2014. So we can't be getting too excited. And my CPU, like I said, it's old. When the time comes, if I can stop buying all these games, although this I got on Game Pass Ultimate for another 90 days for $1. And I just spent $700 on an SSD for my PC because I'll be able to use that in my new build when that comes. And that's money I was already going to spend anyways. Right? So I'm kind of doing it in small bits. The graphics card last year, the SSD this year, and that was, you know, like $1,600 for a graphics card and an SSD. I used to build computers with $1,600. Then I wondered why they were shit. This is also in Canadian funds, not American. So now I'm going to build myself a beast of a computer. I'm going to go apeshit with the CPU when the time comes. I am not going to upgrade my graphics card. It's good enough for now. Maybe in another 2 or 3 years I'll upgrade it. Maybe I won't quite wait 6 or 7 years to upgrade my GPU. Because I don't even predominantly game on PC. There's a couple of games I enjoy. And then apart from that, I keep it simple with my PlayStation console. But there are a few hidden gems that I really appreciate that are on PC. I almost want a Series X so that I can play this game on there, State of Decay, the Forzas, and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to have to play those on the computer. I like having my computer to record. Not to play games with and record at the same time, which is why I also don't have my camera on right now. Because it's that much of a difference in the usage of my CPU. Hell, even just having my OBS Studio recording software, it's not that good. I'll give you a quick example. Let's say my CPU usage on average is like 35-40%, right? You're thinking, oh, that's not bad. That's not even half. And I'm playing a game at rock solid 60 FPS. Then I turn on OBS, I turn on my DSLR camera. Now I'm no longer at, 35-40% usage. I'm at 50% CPU usage. You could be thinking to yourself, well, shit, you're just halfway there. You still got a whole other 50% to go before you're throttled right out. Maybe, but my frames now drop from 60 down to like 53. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to be completely bottlenecked at 100% max usage in order to suffer from frame rate drops. So sometimes people don't take that into consideration. I do. That's something I've learned in recent history. So, there you have it. I think I'm going in the right direction. I don't even know. View. I don't know what VFR means, but we'll click on it. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we're definitely not doing this whole trip in one shot. Absolutely not. That would take way too long, especially in this plane. But it doesn't stop me from somewhat going in that direction. Yeah, so it was really weird with some of those turbojets. I couldn't even slow down. It just wanted to keep going. And it was very, very bizarre. Yeah, this plane, definitely not my favorite. What happened there? Really? When did they appear? They weren't there just a minute ago. And it looks like, I'm not even gonna say it. What are you doing? Okay. I'll let them do their thing. But yeah, the lighting, the shadows, you get the idea. It just looks really, really good. And it runs fairly well. I've talked about this last year. The further up you are in the air, the better. At least for me. The closer you are to the ground, it's got to render and detail everything. And that's where you'll get some frame drops. See, I just dropped down to 21 frames. Although it won't stay like that the whole time. Seeing if I slow it right down and kill the engine, I will be able to come to a complete stop. The game is also offline, because when I used to run the game online, what would happen is it would impact the performance even more. And it would lag more. Because it's got to, call to the internet or whatever, do some things. You can get better graphics, though, because it'll try to render in real time some real locations. And that can be really interesting. So that's why the title says offline, because technically the graphics, the ground won't be as nice. I mean, right now we've got generic trees. There's really not much to see. Because it'll use like photorealistic scenes from satellites, right, and place them in the game so when you're far up in the air, it'll increase the immersion level. Anyhow, I'm going to crash the plane now. Just bear with me for a minute. I want to show you what I'm talking about. So this is a real propeller plane. And I'm able to have the plane actually slow down. See? I'm slowing it right down. Do they look scared? You should be. Oh, they disappeared again. They jumped out. They jumped out. They knew. They're smart. All right. I'm going to try one more thing. We're going to go to the main menu. Yes, I want to go to the main menu. That's why I chose that. I'm going to try another plane and I'm going to show you the problem that I was having. Very, very bizarre. Don't even ask what in the holy hell was going on there. Let's look at our world map. That was the Diamond. I had one of these turboprops. Which one was it? I believe it was this one. Yeah. Absolute madness, this thing is. I don't know what was going on, but it was just terrible. We'll set that as the departure. We're just gonna fly. We're not even gonna pick a destination. Because the arriving destination is gonna be the goddamn ground. It's gonna be the Earth. Just waiting for this to load up. So, you come here often? I do. I'm always here. I can't escape myself. Alright. Let's do it. Let me show you what I was talking about. Alright, so that trim... Let's go down a bit. This will be real fast. When you're under 10,000 feet, it recommends to never go above 250 knots, so I'll shut the engine off. It's completely off. You can see the needle. Now it says that it's like trying to go into like reverse or something. But because this is like a turbo thing, I don't know how to turn off the goddamn turbo. So look at the speed there at the bottom left. It just won't bugger off. So I'm going to have to look that up. I actually already did, and I couldn't get an answer. Other people were having issues as well. And if I start to step on the gas to bring it out of reverse, you'll see at the bottom there, my power is like... I'm going to try to bring it down closer to like... Look at that. Come on. Anyways, you get the idea. I can't get the plane to slow down. I have the engine at 8%. And it's maintaining a speed of like 373 knots. Did you see the difference between this and the other plane that I was flying? I like this one, but it just won't stop. I don't understand why it's taken so long. And now all of a sudden, Now I can crank it up. All the way. And the funny thing is, I'm not even going any faster. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if there's a pilot that's gonna see this video that can be like, you idiot. It's because of this, or it's because of that. I don't know. But this was the frustrating thing with this kind of airplane. It's faster, so I can get around twice as quick. But I feel like I can't slow down the plane, so what's the point? And if I try to land, I don't know if it's going to tell me what button I need to press. I don't know. It's very, very frustrating. Well, it's been fun. Wow. Well, that's one way to slow it down. Just crash it into the ground. I was hoping a tutorial would pop up like, hey, hit this button to slow down. But no, it won't. It won't do that. I mean, it seems like it's slowing down a little bit. To reduce throttle, press B. To brake, press Y. Wow, I did it. Whoa, 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 we're going in reverse now. You know that thing I couldn't do in the beginning? There we go. Wow. It's a lot more complicated, though, so I still stand by what I said earlier. Anyhow, I think that's it for one video. I just wanted to do this, mess around, and that's pretty much it. We got people here grabbing their joysticks? No. That was really weird earlier. I went like that, then boom, all of a sudden they were there. It was just kind of creepy. Okay. If you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Greatly helps support the channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll crack it off in your ass, and I'll toss your ass out the airplane the next time you play. And, yeah. And if you want to subscribe, I mean, naturally, that would be great now, wouldn't it? But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. Maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. If I survive this. Alright. Bye for now.